rise of the Dajjal, the Antichrist.
Han Meditations.
Hello, ChatGPT. Could you tell me, please, about Imam Mahdi and the connection to the end times, and basically talk to me about it like I don't know anything about it. I want to know all the information I possibly can about this subject.
Sure, let's dive into it. Imam Mahdi is a central figure in Islamic eschatology, the study of the end times. According to Islamic tradition, particularly in both Sunni and Shia beliefs, Imam Mahdi is a messianic figure who is expected to appear in the future to bring justice, peace, and righteousness to the world. His arrival is considered a key event in the end times, marking a period of great upheaval, but also the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Here's a breakdown of the key points. 1. Who is Imam Mahdi? Imam Mahdi is often described as a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, specifically from his daughter Fatima through her son Imam Ali, who is considered the first Imam by Shia Muslims. According to tradition, Mahdi is the 12th Imam in the line of Ali, and he is believed to be an occultation, meaning that he is hidden from the world and will reappear at the right time. 2. Shia versus Sunni views. Shia Islam. Shia Muslims believe that Imam Mahdi is the 12th Imam, named Muhammad al-Mahdi, who was born in the year 868 CE. According to Shia tradition, he went into hiding at a young age to protect him from enemies, and he will remain in occultation until the time of his reappearance. The Shia have a more specific and detailed belief in the Mahdi's identity, and his return is often linked to the return of the Prophet Isa, Jesus, as well. Sunni Islam. While Sunni Muslims also believe in the coming of the Mahdi, they do not hold to the same belief of the 12th Imam. Instead, they believe that the Mahdi will be a future leader, a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, but not necessarily the 12th Imam. The Mahdi in Sunni tradition is expected to rise up to lead Muslims and guide them toward justice and peace before the day of judgment. 3. The role of Imam Mahdi in the end times. In both Sunni and Shia beliefs, the Mahdi's return is tied to the concept of the end times, or Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of judgment. His arrival is seen as a key event in the series of signs and events leading up to the final judgment. Restoring justice and peace. One of the main roles of Imam Mahdi will be to fight injustice, oppression, and corruption that have spread across the world. The world will be in a state of chaos and turmoil when he reappears, with widespread injustice and immorality. Imam Mahdi will unite the Muslim community, restore faith, and lead them to victory over the forces of evil. The battle against evil. Imam Mahdi will face off against the forces of falsehood, often associated with the Dajjal, the Antichrist, who will spread corruption and lead people astray. Imam Mahdi, with the help of his followers, will ultimately defeat the Dajjal and restore peace to the world. His arrival will also coincide with the return of Isa, Jesus, who, in Islamic tradition, will descend from the heavens to help Mahdi in the final battle against evil. Together, they will establish a reign of justice. Unity of
he's going to be
Muslims.
with
Imam Mahdi's
Jesus?
appearance is seen as a unifying force for Muslims around the world. His leadership is believed to bring together different factions of Islam, healing divisions and guiding the Muslim Ummah community toward righteousness. A time of peace. After the defeat of the Dajjal and the establishment of justice, Imam Mahdi is expected to rule for a period of time. During this time, peace and prosperity will prevail, and people will live in accordance with God's laws. This period is often referred to as a time of golden age, where Islam will be fully practiced, and justice will be the norm. Signs of his arrival. There are several signs mentioned in Islamic texts that are believed to precede the arrival of Imam Mahdi. These signs are divided into major and minor signs. Minor signs. These are events or changes that will occur leading up to the Mahdi's return, such as widespread corruption, injustice, natural disasters, and a decline in moral values. Some minor signs include increased division among Muslims, the spread of corruption and immorality, the rise of oppressive rulers, the prevalence of falsehood and deception. Major signs. These are the more dramatic, earth-shaking events that will occur just before the Mahdi's arrival. The rise of the Dajjal, the Antichrist, a figure of great evil who will lead people astray and bring chaos and destruction. The descent of Isa, Jesus, In Islamic tradition, Jesus is not crucified but will return to earth, break the cross, and kill the Dajjal, the appearance of the beast of the earth, a mysterious creature mentioned in the Quran that will emerge to mark the end of times. A great war. There will be a final battle between the forces of good, led by Imam Mahdi and Isa, and the forces of evil, leading to the ultimate victory of righteousness. 5. The concept of occultation and awaiting the Mahdi. Shia.
What happened to ChatGPT?
Uh-oh.
This information is too strong for ChatGPT.
Glitched out.
So people are telling me Imam Mahdi will come before Jesus. Is this true?
The question of whether Imam Mahdi will come before Jesus, Isa, is a point of differing beliefs within Islamic traditions. In Shia Islam, Imam Mahdi is expected to appear first. Shia Imam Mahdi, the 12th Imam, will return before Jesus. The Mahdi's return will mark the beginning of a period of justice and peace. After the Mahdi has established order and defeated the forces of evil, then Jesus, Isa, will descend from heaven to help Mahdi in the final battle against the Dajjal, the Antichrist. After the defeat of the Dajjal, Jesus will live for a time, and then both Imam Mahdi and Jesus will establish a reign and of peace and righteousness.
Thank
In
you
Sunni
again,
Islam,
Bochi.
the belief is similar, but not always as detailed regarding the Mahdi's exact sequence of events. Sunnis generally believe that the Mahdi and Jesus will appear in a close time frame, but the Mahdi is seen as arriving first to restore justice and guide the Muslims. Once the Mahdi has led and defeated the forces of evil, then Jesus will descend to support the Mahdi in his mission, particularly in the final fight against the Dajjal. In summary,
He's gonna
yes,
fight the
in both Shia and
Dajjal?
Sunni traditions, Imam Mahdi is believed
He's
to appear
fighting
before
the
Jesus.
Dajjal?
Mahdi's role is to prepare the world for Jesus'
But wait, where is
return,
this
and
information
together
from?
they will
That's
fight
what I'm
evil
gonna
and
ask.
establish a time of justice and peace. The exact details might vary slightly between the two branches, but the general understanding is that Mahdi will come first.
So where's this information coming from? Is it
Imam
from the
Mahdi.
Quran or where's this information coming from about Imam Mahdi?
The information about Imam Mahdi comes primarily from hadith, sayings and actions of Prophet Muhammad, and Islamic traditions, rather than directly from the Quran. While the Quran doesn't explicitly mention the name Imam Mahdi, there are various verses that have been interpreted to support the concept of a divinely guided leader who will restore justice and righteousness at the end of times. Here's a breakdown of the sources. 1. The Quran. Although the Quran does not directly mention Imam Mahdi by name, some Muslims believe certain verses can be interpreted to refer to the Mahdi's role or the coming of a divinely guided leader at the end of times. The Quran speaks about the coming of a savior figure in more general terms. Surah As-Saf 61:9. He it is who sent his messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth to make it prevail over all religion. Some scholars interpret this verse as referring to the triumph of Islam in the end times, which could be linked to the coming of a figure like the Mahdi in the Gardens of Pleasure.
Okay. So basically, it seems there's some contention between Sunni and Shia and what when he's gonna come and all that. So
Little bit.
it seems like reading the comments, some people just some people are little contentious to say the least.
We don't know too much about the real differences between
Sunni
the
and
two.
Shia.
Yeah, we're not.
I just know Muslim and non-Muslim. I haven't done
Essentially.
it. Maybe we should do a video more on Sunni and Shia.
But yeah, yet again, I can't believe that we haven't heard of this person with all of our videos. It reminds me of Dune. I wonder what's it called in Dune? The Muhaddi.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got the idea from this.
Yeah, Dune definitely pulled a lot of stuff from Islam.